Welcome students to Galgodia's University e-content platform. I'm Kumari Pallavi, Assistant Professor of Mass Communication Department, and today I'm going to discuss a topic from the course that is Development Communication of BA Journalism and Mass Communication program. In today's presentation, I'm going to discuss about the concept of development for communication, and with this, I will also discuss the different definitions of communication for development, the evolution process of the communication for development, the different practitioners of communication for development, target audiences of communication for development, and how communication tools and C4D comes together. So we shall begin with the introduction of communication for development. Basically, communication for development is people-centered communication which utilizes old and new communication technology. Communication for development is a tool for social and political transformation. It promotes participation and social change using the methods and instruments of interpersonal communication, community media, and modern information technologies. Communication for development is not an add-on but rather a cross-cutting activity in project management aimed at strengthening dialogues with beneficiaries, partners, and authorities in order to enhance local ownership of programs and generate a sustainable impact. Basically, the vision for C4D is for people-centered communication that promotes and elaborates on people's own development communication needs and aims. C4D is communication by people who want to have their say about developmental issues and concerns that affect them or about which they are interested. So communication for development is the use of communication process, techniques and media to help people toward a full awareness of their situation and their options for change, to resolve conflicts, to work towards consensus, to help people plan actions for change and sustainable development, to help people acquire the knowledge and skills they need to improve their condition and that of a society, and to improve the effectiveness of institutions. So there are different authors and different scholars who defined C4D in different ways. Basically, the FAO defined C4D as a social process towards common understanding and concerted action of all involved in a development initiative. The World Congress on Communication for Development also defines C4D as a social process based on dialogue. It is about seeking change at different levels, including in listening, building trust, sharing knowledge and skills, building policies, debating, and learning for sustained and meaningful changes. Communication for development also defined as a social process based on dialogues using broad range of tools and methods. It is also about seeking change at different levels, including listening, building trust, sharing knowledge and skills, building policies, debating and learning for sustained and meaningful changes. It is not a public relations or corporate communication. And do you know people how C4D get evolved? Basically, C4D has its roots in modernization theory, the development thinking and practice that rose to dominance in the post Second World War era. The prevailing wisdom at the time was that traditional practices in developing countries should be replaced or at the very least complemented and progress achieved through external inputs. The mass media were seen as having the potential to act as key agents of change by blowing the winds of modernization into isolated traditional communities and replacing the structures of life, values, and behaviors with one seen in modern Western societies. By the 1970s, voices of dissent were increasingly raised against the human problems associated with the modernization model. In Latin America, this recent sparked that the genesis of the dependency theory, which conceptualized the world as an industrialized code represented by relatively low, representatively few rich countries, and an undeveloped periphery comprising many poor countries. By the late 1970s, it was abundantly clear that members of the public were not passive recipients of information, and that media alone could not change people's mindset and behavior. At this time, the another development perspective began to influence communication thinking and practices. Its proponents argued that as it was within communities that the reality of development was experienced, community participation in the design and implementation of development programs was essential. By the late 1980s, the notion of participatory development, particularly participatory rural appraisal, in which poor communities are directly engaged in defining their own problems and solutions, had gained considerable traction within many development organizations, especially non-government organizations. Since then, increased priority has been given to horizontal multi-directional communication methods that utilizes a mix of channels and emphasize the importance of dialogue in facilitating trust and mutual understanding, amplify the voice of poor people, and enable them to identify ways of overcoming problems in order to improve their own well-being. In the first decade of the 21st century, the discussion continues. Some development actors believe that communication for development should facilitate shifts in power relations and contribute to positive social transformation led by those most affected by development policies. Others argue that people living in poverty cannot necessarily determine the outcome of policy processes, but can only inform in decisions that are the province of policy makers advised by technocrats. This latter perspective, which leaves insufficient room for broadened engagement in policy advocacy, remains a concern. A consensus perspective argues in favor of a holistic diagonal approach that harnesses uh, vertical as well as horizontal communication to inform decision making at national and local levels. So C4D has different features also. One of the most important feature of C4D is it is based on dialogues. Dialogues is the most appropriate word to summarize the concept of communication for development. In this respect, it is very different from institutional communication, which delivers one-way information to a dispersed target audience with other often indistinct features. In contrast, communication for development strives to establish an exchange with people on an equal footing. It targets specific groups of people in a clearly defined social and cultural environment in order to identify their concerns and needs and foster their participation. The second feature of C4D is it supports social change. C4D can also enhance the visibility of development agent, but this is not its primary goal. C4D always aims to promote development in order to contribute to social change. Communication tools are a means, not a end. It is the quality of the process rather than a specific output which makes all the differences, and the aim of the process is to promote social participation, strengthen the sense of ownership of a project, and hence its impact. Human development takes place where it does takes place, it is not only the result of technical improvement but also of lengthy and intensive social and communication processes. The another feature of C4D is that it is sensitive towards the local culture. C4D must always be developed on the basis of the local context with local resources. In order to maximize its impact, full use must be made of local methods, channels, traditions and languages. These are different in each context. Let us take, for example, a campaign against domestic violence. In order to achieve a sustainable impact, the manner in which the messages are presented and disseminated must be completely different depending on whether the campaign is implemented in Bangladesh or in India. The how is the key to success. The culture of dialogue, the ways of conveying information and political sensitivities are different in each context. They may even vary within a single country, between the city and the countryside, between coastal and inland communities, between people of different genders, social backgrounds, ethnic groups, and religions. So now we are discussing the different practitioners, or who we call as the practitioner of C4D. Basically, C4D communicators are people who have not generally been part of the dominant communicator nodes. They are grassroots voice, the marginalized, the poor, and the communicatively isolated. They may be individual or groups or any geographical level who want to engage in development communication. For example, they may be members of advocacy network, youth, women, and the voice of children, refugees, and many other rights-based groups. They may be local leaders or concerned citizens or anyone in society who wants to communicate their own developing message. C4D aims to articulate their voice because it is often unheard. There are some target audiences for C4D also. The C4D communicators defines their own target audiences. These are include local, national, regional, and international levels of the dominant communicator nodes in society, as well as people who do not fit into a clearly defined category, from the public to communities of interest, individuals or collective groups, networking by language or interest like social, political, advocacy, cultural, or other networks and alliances of like-minded people. So how the communication tools are dependent on communication for development, and how communication tools are important for communication for development. As we for the in the process of C4D, we utilizes all available communication tools, including ICTs, traditional tools, and the convergence of old and new technologies. We can distinguish three types of tools. The first one is direct communication between people, the communication tool which we need to use for making a direct communication between people. And the second one is communication through which conventional printed or in electronic media. And the last one is communication through which the wide range of new media and multimedia can take place. In this way, it is innovative and subversive. It is in its use of ICTs. It shares the characteristics of other ICT utilizing communications, that is speed, interactivity, local or global. C4D communicators choose their communication tools according to what is available to them within their context, and also what is accessible to according to their capacity, confidence, and utility. Increasingly, ICTs are being included in the menu of C4D communication tool choices. So that's all for this session. Today in this lecture, I have introduced the term development for communication along with the definitions, evolution, features, practitioners, target audiences, and communication tools of the communication for development. These are the readings related to the topic which you may refer in future also. And thank you for your time. Please feel free to mail me on the given email ID for any queries. Thank you.